I sit here with sadness today to report to you that I'm incredibly disappointed in one of my all-time favorite fighters, my brother, Floyd Money Mayweather. Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing. I know you like to make money. You're never gonna stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop.
Stephen A. Smith warns that Floyd Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle could put his fortune at risk. He frames it not as a bold opinion, but as a cautionary reminder of how quickly wealth can vanish once the public attention fades.
Damn poker table, don't go to the blackjack table, don't go to the slot machine for crying out loud, even if it's only asking for $1. Don't do it. Stay the hell out of the...
Smith notes that Floyd Mayweather reportedly earned about $1.1 billion over his career, but he suggests that the extravagant lifestyle that created the Money Mayweather brand might also be why that fortune doesn't last as long as people assume.
Make all that money if you ain't got any of it to keep for yourself, bro. Keep your money. Because as great as you are, I got news for you. You ain't gonna be able to perform like that forever. We all get old. Father Time is undefeated. Make sure your wallet's fat when that day comes for you.
Floyd has plenty of high-profile purchases, with reports suggesting he's earned around $1 billion. But who actually footed the bills? For years, he showcased a lifestyle of limitless wealth, piling cash on Instagram, flashing luxury watches, flying private jets, owning mansions, and spending as if there were no tomorrow.
Unlimited amount of money. Money's just flowing. And even as much money as he's made in his career, which he's probably made as much, if not more money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that. And it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes.
I think he can't fathom to just live a modest lifestyle. It's like he gotta be lavish.
Right. He's got to have those videos where he shows you all the watches, where he opens the case up, you know.
All the money. He got to show that he got $1 million in his backpack. And, you know, he got the latest watch and the latest car, and look what I just bought.
And when you get into latest watches and latest cars, you get into that shit. Like, boy, that money goes.
Smith explains that Floyd's larger-than-life persona worked exceptionally well while he was still fighting, particularly during the peak years when he earned between $100 million and $200 million per bout. Around that time, Floyd made headlines by purchasing an $18 million watch, a clear symbol of just how extreme his spending had become. But Smith points out that after retirement, without those enormous paydays, keeping up that same level of luxury became a much tougher challenge.
What else gets their stuff from? And he told me, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. Now, I don't know if it's true.
Right.
This is what this guy told me. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Yeah.
Spends like
I
crazy.
mean, it only could go but so long. I mean, and you're not fighting.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Mayweather even doing any goofy shit like that.
But you would think that your investments would continue to grow.
Right.
As long as you keep your spending under wraps. Like right now, like I could retire right now. This could be my last interview ever.
Right.
And with my investments, you know, I invested into a lot of great companies like Google and Amazon and Tesla over the years, and those companies have all grown and continue to grow, right? And I could actually borrow money against my stock portfolio without even...
According to Smith, that's where the exhibition fights come into play. Less about real competition and more about sustaining Floyd's lavish lifestyle. He also brings up the long-standing jokes about Floyd's education, which critics have teased him about for years, noting that recent rumors of financial trouble are now giving those old jokes a fresh, awkward relevance. This discussion, Smith adds, isn't exactly a new one.
So I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't out. So I could actually technically it trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because he's just not. I just said it, and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up with conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing.
So there's still some steady.
No, it only happens when it's time. Got it. It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. Right. It's time to make a fight.
In 2020, Floyd's former friend and critic 50 Cent went on the radio claiming that Mayweather's fortune was already depleted, sparking a major debate at the time. Whether or not Smith agrees with that claim, his larger point is clear. When your brand revolves around limitless wealth, even a minor financial rumor can instantly become worldwide headline.
Like when you make yourself like we got issues over here, he's still the best out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
You think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. Is get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
And it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your local hosting in a nightclub.
Just as the Stephen A. Smith bankruptcy chatter had people imagining Floyd as being one Amazon bill away from selling a robe on eBay, Nicholas Irving steps in with a story that turns the conversation into more of a blockbuster character study, complete with receipts, rumors, and high-end extravagance. Irving says, "I'm not counting Floyd's bank account dollar by dollar, but I've seen his lifestyle up close. And that's where it gets wild. We're not talking about a single flashy purchase here and there." News.
He has so many.
He's hilarious.
His spending habits are hilarious.
I love him.
And he's got like a whole fleet just in white. He's like, white is right. I got a bunch of.
He's got other 18 colors too, though, man.
Yeah, he
got
does.
A gang of cars.
Oh,
so man, he owed that money to the IRS. Why don't you just give him a few cars?
Because he went so deep, so
How much does he owe?
Well, it's more than you want to pay.
Yeah.
It's in the $20+ million range.
It's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No.
It's just neglect to pay.
Neglect. And it's also like, I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money. There's probably a point when they're like, hey, it's time to pay your taxes. And you go like, all right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money. And then they go, that's true, but you owe 50 more. And he's just like, that can't be right. I've given you $25 million.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah, like what are you talking about, man?
He's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
Talking about an entire traveling entourage of 40 people, visiting malls, dining at restaurants, flying private jets, gambling, even renting out entire theaters as if the world paused just so Floyd could watch a movie in peace. That image alone captures the essence of the Money Mayweather operation. Floyd didn't just spend money. He turned it into part of the show. Irving explains that Floyd could blow through $500,000 or even $1 million as casually as most people spend on snacks and parking. It sounds wild, but this is the same boxer who earned staggering paydays and cultivated an aura where extravagance was part of the spectacle. What makes it even more compelling is that Irving doesn't just admire it. He also questions it.
What I always did was I believed in myself. Before anybody else believed in me, I believed in myself. And I believe that it's going to be, another cryptocurrency that's going to be just as large as Bitcoin someday. It's okay. That's no different from Uber.
Irving isn't fully buying into the idea that Floyd is completely broke. He suggests that while the lifestyle may be extreme, the costs may be outrageous, and some of the rumors might have a kernel of truth, the word broke gets thrown around far too casually. Floyd clearly still knows how to keep himself in the spotlight. That's the part that stands out. Floyd has always understood that being criticized, doubted, or side-eyed only adds to his marketing. Call him broke, call him reckless, call him what you will, but somehow, people are still talking about his next fight. And maybe that's exactly the point.
You were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra card. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So like
we all know that.
Yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. You send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say?
Nicholas Irving paints Floyd's life as a non-stop luxury parade. Mike Tyson steps in and somehow gives the whole spectacle a serious edge without raising his voice. In this interview, Tyson sounds less like a retired star chasing headlines and more like a seasoned strategist who still studies the game closely. What stands out immediately is his passion for amateur boxing. He talks about it with more love than some fighters show for world titles. That says it all. Tyson isn't indulging in nostalgia. He's breaking down the fundamentals of greatness. He mentions Lomachenko's massive amateur background and then highlights a bigger problem: fewer boxing gyms, fewer representatives, and fewer tough, young fighters coming up. And honestly, he's right. Tyson is basically pointing out that America wants champions without providing enough training grounds, which is like expecting Formula One drivers while shutting down the racetracks.
Fight in the States with a different company. That is the company that put on the fight. That is the company that paid me. But he sold our fight with my name and likeness to someone else in Dubai for $10 million cash. It's our fight, bro. Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million. That company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment. That I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I think he's facing a bunch.
Rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built the house, by the way, in like 2006.
Yeah.
Started at 14, reduced to 12,
yeah.
10, 8 came on the market, and it was a lot.
Tyson shares his own story, and that part hits differently. He recalls how boxing found him in reform school, seeing beaten-up kids come back smiling because they had been boxing. Classic Mike Tyson logic. Everyone looked beaten down, yet somehow alive, and that's what resonated with him. When the interviewer tries to stir the Floyd drama, Tyson diffuses it with calmness the media doesn't expect. He emphasizes there's no animosity, says it's a show, and confirms, we're going to fight. Somehow, that lands far more powerfully than any staged tough guy rant ever could. That's Tyson's secret. When he sounds calm, you should pay attention. He also reflects on boxing eras, calling fighters from his time war horses, noting that Usyk would have faced a tougher level of punishment, giving respect to Crawford, shouting out Shakur, Keishan, and Inu, and even defending Benders as if boxing owed him some recognition.
In Florida from 18 to 20 mil, and he's got a place in LA that's like $25 million he's trying to sell now for like 48, which it's funny how now all of a sudden Floyd's trying to sell all of his assets. What does that tell you? He just sold his private plane as well, which I don't know what that went for, but again, he's offloading assets because he's massively in debt and owes people a lot of money. And he's trying to finance something, whether it's legal fees, whether it's other mortgages, whatever. But yeah, getting a net negative of $4 million on the house you built and then put on the market is probably the worst real estate investment you can make. Outside of maybe a strip club that no one goes to except you, because that is your vice.
While many are debating whether the Tyson versus Floyd matchup is pure spectacle or smart business, Tyson speaks like someone who still sees the entire sport, from basement gyms to the bright lights, clearly and thoughtfully. That's why, even today, when he talks, the boxing world listens. While Tyson channels the wisdom of an elder statesman with unmatched intensity, Logan Paul bursts onto the scene like a comedian trying to turn a fight announcement into a show. Part of this is chaotic, but within the chaos is a sharp truth. Logan emphasizes that both Floyd and Mike are older, have dealt with the Paul brothers, are cashing big checks, and deliver it with a confidence that only comes when you know the internet will amplify the drama no matter what. Here's where it gets ironic. By mocking the event, Logan proves that the event works. He predicts it'll be terrible, says fans will complain, claims people will swear off future exhibitions, and yet immediately acknowledges everyone will still watch. That perfectly captures the modern fight business in one absurd package.
Again, 5 years ago now, but that was like the initial rumblings around that fight. And what Floyd did was use Mayweather Promotions to bring them this fight and say, if you'll front us this money, we'll put this fight here. They fronted him the money. He took the money, had the fight at the Hard Rock in Miami with Fanmio instead. That was the company that put it on, Fanmio. And Logan saw none of that front end 10 mil, and the people that paid Floyd the 10 mil never saw a dime back. It's nasty work what he did. But this has been like one of Floyd's MOs, is that he leverages his fight name or his quote-unquote assets, and which is what, a lot of wealthy people do. They leverage their assets to take out bigger loans or, whatever. But Floyd does it in such a reckless way that no one ever sees return on it. He just takes money. It isn't a loan.
Logan also dives into the attention economy, and surprisingly, is not entirely wrong. He points out that skill alone doesn't drive the sport anymore. Spectacle does, outrage does, viral clips do, and memes do. That's why Floyd and Tyson can still dominate headlines, while many current champions are fighting hard for respect but barely get noticed. He then takes it further, critiquing Floyd's technique, claiming Floyd could make a fight look easy or messy if he wanted. And in that moment, the trolling brushes up against genuine boxing logic, because Floyd's mind in the ring has always been precise, almost like a tax audit with gloves. The irony of Logan saying all this is part of the comedy, his criticizing the spectacle while fully participating in it, mocking manufactured narratives while creating one himself. That's why his rant hits like a whirlwind podcast.
In place, I've talked about this, ad nauseum over the last couple of years, but the fact that we actually get some details on this from Logan is hilarious.
Our deal was 15%. He smoked me. So I got 15% of it. 15% of $10 million is $1.5 million.
Mm-hmm. Also, the fact that Logan agreed to 15%, he's got that manager, Jeff, who says, I make the big deals. He got absolutely rinsed on that deal. But also, Graham has some important information about Floyd Mayweather and, again, his, I wouldn't say shady business dealings, but how bad he is with money. Let's keep listening.
Company that paid him that money is suing him. I actually don't know the status on that lawsuit. I should check in because he still owes me money, but he has a bunch of legal trouble at the moment that I don't think I'm ever getting the money.
He just sold his house in Vegas.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I think he's facing a flip.
Rinsed on that house. He started at $14 million. He custom built that.
Reckless, loud, and a little over the top, yet strangely honest about one truth we all recognize. You, me, the critics, the doubters, the self-righteous purists, everyone acts above it all until fight night arrives, and suddenly the remote looks a lot more tempting. When you step back and take it all in, that's what makes the Floyd Mayweather story so compelling. On one hand, Stephen A. Smith is raising warnings, suggesting that the Money Mayweather empire might not be as untouchable as it seems. Then Nicholas Irving paints a picture of a non-stop whirlwind of luxury, the kind of spending that could make even a billionaire pause. Mike Tyson shifts the conversation, grounding it in something deeper. Legacy, discipline, gyms, fighters, and real substance. And just when you think the picture is complete, Logan Paul storms in, reminding everyone that in today's fight game, attention is just as valuable as skill. The result is a strange collision of legacy, money, spectacle, ego, and business, all revolving around Floyd. Is he truly facing financial pressure? Or is this just another chapter in the most effective self-promotion machine boxing has ever seen? That's the question hanging over it all.
I love first of all, the fact that he's fighting Mike Tyson. I like that. Why? Because I'm a big Mike Tyson fan. And look, bro, you really can't take it with you. You know what I mean? These guys have an opportunity to be on Netflix and be seen by 40, 50 million people in the fight, in the first fight with Mike Tyson. That's huge. Mike Tyson versus Floyd, I think the highest rated show that has been on television, boxing match that has been in the last, since Ali, probably, definitely since the days of when ABC was showing things. Over 100 million people watched Mike Tyson.
Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Floyd is really under financial pressure? Or is he just thinking several moves ahead while everyone else is playing catch-up? And what about the Tyson fight? Smart business, a legacy move, or just entertainment for the new era of boxing?